focusing on your future, there's still one more thing that has to happen. Something has to trouble your water. It's not every Sunday that the angel came. It's not every weekend that an angel's going to trouble your water. It's not every season that you think it's going to be trouble is it going to be trouble. But at a certain season, there's got to be some assistance from an angel. God knows when to send the H-E-L-P. And the man sat there by the highway or sat there by the pool, and he sat there lying, being walked over and stepped over for 38 years. But it behooves us as the people to understand that when the angel steps on the scene, now to sit back and let an opportunity of worship not enter into your spirit. Because praise has a way of upsetting your present circumstance. Praise also opens the door for the angel to step her foot into the water. When that angel starts moving around in the water, the Bible says that when the water was troubled, the first one that lifted up their voice and started making noise, the first one that made a move and got from where they were to where they were trying to be, the one that forgot about the crowd, the Negroes, the pain, the sorrow, the one that moved out from where he was, is the one that was going to get their healing. Big question that I have in my last few minutes is, what you want your name to be in 2010? Because we got so many wounded, broke, busted, and disgusted people who are not healed tonight. Simply because, not because they've not been around water, but because they didn't step in when the water was troubled. Grab somebody by the hand next to it, tell them you got a permanent name for a temporary circumstance. Look at your neighbor and say, my name is healed. You got to learn how to start declaring what your name is. You got power to call those things that be not as though they were. I've shouted with pains and scars for the last 43 years. I've carried around baggage and stuff that I should not have carried around for too long. It's time for us, Destiny Worship Center and family, to let go and start letting go. But the Hebrew writer said, let us lay aside every weight and sin that does so easily beset you, and run this race with patience, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of my faith. I wish I could preach it the way I feel like preaching it. I've been busted and disgusted in 2009. But I'm prophesying to what's left in my life. And I'm telling myself what his word said to me. I'm the head and not the tail. Preach. I am a lender and not a borrower. Come on to somebody. You got to know what God's word said about you. And although you've been laying there for 38 years, man, being stepped over, this is your season of stepping up. Look at somebody next to you and tell them, this is my season. I've allowed people to step over my feelings and my emotions for too long. I'm taking back, my wife said, everything that the devil took from me. I'm taking back every pound of joy, every ounce of peace. And whatever the enemy meant for my demise, I'm glad that I serve a God that's able to use my struggles and my tragedy, and he'll put stuff together for my construction. He made me through my struggles and my trials this past year, and I'm prophesying to my own self that I'm forgetting 2009, and I'm reaching forth. Paul said, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, I'm forgetting those things which are behind me, and I'm reaching forth to those things which are before me. I press past how I feel. I'm pressing past the tear-stained eyes. I'm pressing past because the water is troubled. I can press because I got an angel helping me. And when you know that's formed against you shall prosper. Preach, DeAndre. I promise you I'm trying. But every tongue that rises up against you in judgment, you got power to condemn it. Look at somebody and say, God's sending you help. It may not come when you want it, but I promise you help is going to come on time. Aren't you glad today that you have a God that sits high and looks low? And you should not have made it to 2010, but look at you. Broke, but you're still standing. Yeah. Come on, lonely, but you're still standing. But in 2010, we ain't going to be lonely no more. Because we got a God that sticks close than a brother. Oh, Lord have mercy. I wish I could preach it. A permanent name for a temporary circumstance. Because what came in your life, sister, didn't come to stay. Paul preaches to the Corinthian church and says, for though our light affliction, which lasted but a moment, it worketh for you a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. But this is the part I like about it. He says, though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So don't throw your struggle away because you don't like the way it feels. God uses your struggle and He gives you power while your flesh may be dying. Help, God's trying to kill somebody. But in spite of what may be dying, something good is taking place on the inside. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, somebody shall preach, are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in you. So now, and I'm done. Paul said to the Romans, a people he had not had a chance to even come acquainted with yet. He said, for we know that all things, it works together for your good. Come on, what you've been through, brother, it's for your good. It's not been about your demise with God. But God said in His Word that if you live godly, you're going to suffer some things while you're waiting on your miracle. But in spite of your waiting season, you got to also understand that God is changing your name. And in changing your name, Mama Hazel, it's going to take a little job. It's going to take some work to change Jacob to Israel. It's going to take some work to change your name from pain to praise. I'm here to prophesy to you tonight that in 2010, God's going to change your public praise. He's going to change your private pain into a public praise. And whatever you had to struggle through in 2009, God's going to use you as a major testimony to people who never thought that you could pass the struggles of time. I heard Isaiah say, they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. If you can wait a little while longer, your name change is on the way. Come on, grab somebody by the hand next to it, tell them, neighbor, if we can toil a little while longer, your name change is on the way. If you can cry with faith a little while longer, God's getting ready to change your name. It's been a long time coming, but I've been waiting for my name to change. Jacob said, when the angel was wrestling with Jacob all night long, the Bible declares that when the angel turned back to Jacob, Jacob said, my name is Jacob. Now Jacob could have lied and told the angel his name was something else. But aren't you glad that you serve a God that helps you to be honest with what your name really is? If your name is a liar,